Shalom. One sec. Halal. Kal halal imla. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Ba'ashem Akakulash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. Alright, much peace, love, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. To the Akim and Akwath that push the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, call upon the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Much peace, love, and blessings to you all as well. Alright, hopefully this lesson is edifying and spiritually uplifting. Alright, now this lesson will be on a word that actually came out at camp today, right? And also, I'll be actually going into a few scriptures that came out based on the topic that was being discussed. All right, and hypnosis is one of the words that actually came up during that topic. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take a quick jab at this word. All right, so we have the word here from the Merriam-Webster dictionary. All right, hypnosis. The definition is a trance-like state that resembles sleep, but is induced by a person whose suggestions are readily accepted by the subject. Right, now this line here alone, is very powerful. It's very scriptural. It is very spiritual. All right, and we're gonna get some precepts. We're actually gonna show you that. All right, so again, it says a trance-like state that resembles sleep, but is induced by a person whose suggestions are readily accepted by the subject. All right, it says any various conditions that resemble sleep. All right, come on. Right, and right throughout the scriptures, it tell us, awake out of sleep. Now is the time to awake out of sleep. And all these things, the scriptures describe a certain type of vibe or a certain type of spirit, where upon people it is described as sleep. Yeah. So, and just to go deeper, the word trance, right? It says a sleep-like state as of deep hypnosis, usually characterized by partly suspended animation with diminished or absent sensory and motor activity. Seen a state of profound abstraction or absorption, right? And the word sensory, seen, what's this? Right. So basically, your senses, it said, wait, there. Yeah, it says, right, the suspended animation, right, with diminished or absent sensory and motor activity, meaning you're not moving, and basically you're not thinking, you're not perceiving your own thoughts, right? Which, if we go deep in the scriptures, we know that the thought thing go, but speaking on a carnal level, right? You're not thinking, seeing, right? Right, so that alright, so that state is basically induced by a person, right, whose suggestions are readily accepted by the subject, right? And that person, is Esau, right? That person is Esau, Edom, which is the wicked according to the scriptures. I'm gonna get first precept right here, so which see. This was a precept that came out at camp. Just gonna read it, for edification's sake. This is Psalms 140 and 1. It says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, deliver me, O Yahweh, from the evil man, preserve me from the violent man. right? Right, and we have to less Satan get an advantage of us, right? We are not ignorant of his devices. That's why we have to constantly beg and ask Yahweh Shem Yahushai to preserve us from the violent man, which is Esau Edom, right? Because if we are not preserved, then best believe that we will fall into that trance like state like everybody else. Seen? So daily we have to beg Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we have to continuously pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushai to keep us from these men. Alright, it says, which imagine mischiefs in their heart, continually are they gathered together for war. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent, others poison is under their lips. Selah. Alright, so brother thought, so let's jump to the precept that I'm actually wanted. Alright, and this is Psalm 64. Alright, it says, right, so this is Psalm 64 and verse 1. It says, verse 2, so like, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. Right, so all of these deceptions, the scripture telling us, yo, this man, so like, I gotta be loose for a little season. Why? So that him can deceive all the inhabitants of the earth. Right? And that's exactly what we're seeing here. The inhabitants of the earth are under a trance. Right? They are being deceived. Right? Their minds are basically being controlled. Seen? That's why you have a lot of psyops going on, psychological operations, right, to work on the minds of the people. See, that's one of the biggest forms of sorcery and witchcraft that Esau actually does in the earth, yo. Right? Controlling the minds of the masses. Right? It says, they commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Right? Alright, so this is okay. Might have just print that. Alright, it says Salakia. So this is so this is Ephesians 5 and verse 14. Alright. Alright, so verse 13 it says, but all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light, for whatsoever doth make manifest is light. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahushai shall give thee light. You know what I mean? Awake thou that sleepest. Seen? Though see again, the word hypnosis, it goes back to a sleep-like state where your mind is being controlled. You have no control over the things that you do, or the things that you even, the way that you think, right? And yo, as a man of the Lord, we're actually a stand on the other side of the spectrum and actually seeing the way people operate, right? You can see, say, yo, these people are actually being controlled, right? They are being controlled. See, as we say, this mind control thing are one of the biggest biggest forms of witchcraft that were Esau pull off on the earth, yo, right? And it was given to him, right? The scripture says him is a cunning hunter. The Lord bless him that with these type of knowledge, yo. See, what I want be for make weaponry, to outsmart the prey while hunting, you know what I mean, which is the people, right? Dumb down the minds of the people, you know what I mean, so that they're more easier to control, more susceptible to deception. All right, Isaiah. Hold on. I'm search feed. Enchant. Yeah. Right. This is Isaiah. Hold on. Right. Isaiah 47:12. Right. It says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. See if I can see what the word enchantments. Company, band, society. Right? It says a magician, charmer, spell. You know what I mean? So yes, these people are under spells. See? These people are definitely under spells. Right? And hey, if we're not careful, we can easily be caught under these spells as well, yo. Seen? And it might seem far-fetched, it might seem like a overstretch or a reach, but hey, there's so many things out there where can be considered as a spell, right? Addiction, right? Hooked to can't stop use social media, right? Porn, seeing misinformation, right? The C19 we are going right now, the big V, right? All of them things are enchantments, yo, spells, right? And Esau is the charmer, yo, right? Him are the one where cast these charms upon people. Seen? Alright, there we go. Alright, that's why a lot of our people, you know what I mean, in the state that they're in today, right? Being dumb, because they have been dumbed down, yo. Seen? Right? Esau the one who actually provide all the tools to make a nigga dumb. Seen? Whether I want be drugs, weed, liquor, seen, woman, seen. Esau use these things to make our people dumb, yo. Whether I want to be certain agendas like Black Lives Matter, what you call it? Black Lives Matter, the LGBT plus movement, seen, the what you call it? Feminism, seeing all of them thing here are enchantments, charms, deceptions, right? Hey, nothing where you look at is what it is at face value, right? There's always a deeper meaning, a core meaning, right, or a core purpose or agenda behind everything that you're seeing, yo. Especially if it's something that involves many individuals, as in like certain movements, for example, you know, Black Lives Matter, feminism, the LG plus movement, right? Well, again, yeah, you know them. I can call all of them, you know what I mean? But all these movements, yo, all of these groups, all of them things are set up, seen, and that's why That's why, according to the, as the apostles always say, and it's in the scriptures, seen. That's why we know, say, yo, you're gonna have agents in the camps, seen, because Esau I try infiltrate every avenue where a mass group of people meet up, seen. Right, if we can either sow discard, if throw it across, if tear it apart somewhere somehow, right? Especially if we are go against him agenda, right? See, right, and and you have so many other social conditioning methods that Esau uses, for actually grab and hold the minds of the people. Social media, excuse me. See, social media, church, school, entertainment, these movies, music, right? Mainstream media. Seeing all of these things is used as means and ways to cast their social conditioning spells on people, right? Them money are the one, these men, as the scripture said, they search out iniquities. The heart of every one of them is deep, right? See, these men cast. Shoot, forgot my train of thought there, so. Alright, lost my train of thought there, so. Salakia, but just I go ahead and continue the lesson. Have a couple more precepts. This is 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 3, and it says, "But if our gospel is hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not." Right? Esau are the one that has, again, it was already prophesied, remember, it's already prophesied that not everybody in Israel is gonna flock towards this thing, right? Yahushua said, "My sheep hear my voice and they follow me," right? Not the entirety of Israel, is considered as my sheep according to the scripture there, so, See, so the ones them who the gospel is hid to, right? It is because those ones have gone off. Those ones have fallen to the witchcraft, which is Esau's hypnosis. See, the trance that Esau has from the world. Right? It says, "In whom the God of this world," right? And the God of this world, obviously, is Esau, Edom, right? It said, "blinded the minds of them," right? Going back to the mind again, right? Where it says sensory and motor activity is either stalled, what the hell is this? Right, so back to the word trance, right? It says diminished or absent sensory and motor skills, right? Your brain stop function, brother. See, blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them, right? And the light that's shining is us that come out in the highways and the byways, pushing this word, right? As you said, let your light so shine, again, put him that have a candle, put it on the rooftop, right? Not under a bushel, right? Again, it is so like the condemnation is that light is coming to the world, and men rather darkness than light because their deeds are evil. And I'm just paraphrasing these scriptures, right? So the glorious light, right? And I mean, that's the word that will come out and speak, right? The word from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Zine. And guess what? It is true, because a lot of us were actually under those spells. A lot of us were under those hypnosis, under the trance, right? Esau been controlling the world from ever since. Seen from the time of the Renaissance period, when you basically, which the word Renaissance means rebirth. Seen when Esau come back up upon the scene for him little season, right, where him can deceive the earth, right? So from them time this man been deceiving, yeah. It's the Shishai to them. For we preach not of ourselves, but of Yahushua HaMashiach, the Lord, and ourselves, your servants, for Yahushua's sake, right? And just get the last precept here. So let me see for that. Yeah, this is the last one. So this is Ephesians 6. I'll start at 11. All right. It says put. Right. Verse 11, it says, put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Right? Wiles, cunning arts, deceit, craft, trickery. Right? Alright, it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. Right? Yo, when you sit down and you actually think, when you actually look upon certain things, why was this given unto us? And I mean, why is social media created? Why do people enjoy sports? Why people enjoy football, cricket, running? Is it me? Why is it that people like this? Some people like this type of music. Why is it that this type of music is being pushed? Why is it that these things are in movies? Right? Why them things are they in the movies? No. Seen. Yeah, why may I hear this on the news so often? Why this on TV so often? Right? Yo, when you sit down and ask yourself these questions, you know what I mean? That's how you get the answer. Right? That all of them things that, you see me, a part of the hypnosis, right? A part of the deception that this man have going on in the earth, the enchantment that is upon the earth. Seeing? Right? That's why again it says we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Right? This is not, we're not fighting a physical battle here. You know what I mean? We're not out here a fight physically against white people, right? We're not fling fists, we're not fling kick, right? Seen? Because that's not that's not where the fight is. The fight is a spiritual fight, a spiritual battle, right? Against principalities, right? And that again, as a matter of fact, let me get this real quick and then we'll come back to it, right? Because there's a reason why it said that, yo. And this actually show you, where is it? Is it 10? I believe it's 10 and 7. Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 6. It says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. You know what I mean? So the great dignity is talking about the heads, the man that will actually rule the earth, the man that will set up over this earth, yo. Right? Them are the ones them where everything where you see are come from. Right? The spiritual wickedness in high places. Let me go back to that. See, yeah, and best believe that these men are working with spirits, yo. You see me? These men working with spirits from the left hand side of the Heavenly Father, right? And the reason, why we say the left hand side of the Heavenly Father is because the Lord creates all spirits. The Lord controls all spirits, both good and bad. See? But the Lord has allowed this man to be able to communicate and to work with the dark spirits, right? The evil spirits. See? For cast all of them enchantments and them spells upon the people, right? It's not normal when you see people behave the way they behave on social media. It's nothing normal when you see people enjoy the things them way a normal man, I go find disgusting or annoying as hell. See, it's not a normal, yo. It's not a normal thing. You see me? All of them thing they've been programmed in our people minds, yo. See? But yeah, let's finish up. It says against but against principalities, against powers, right? We all know what power means, right? Against the rulers of the darkness of this world, right? Against spiritual wickedness in high places. It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit. Right, and as me said earlier, we have to pray, we have to beg Yahweh Shai to preserve us from the violent man. Right? We have to beg Yahweh Shai to keep us. Because as me said, a lot of us have been in that state of hypnosis. You see me? And according to the scripture I read before, seeing the light has shined, and removed some of us out of that. Right? The allegory of the cave. You see me? It says, praying always with prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance, perseverance and supplication for all saints, and for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth, that therein I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. Alright, so that's it. Just to recap, went into the meaning of the word hypnosis, right? I brought out a lot of scriptures, to show that it's a lot of hypnosis, a lot of witchcraft, right? And hypnosis is taking place in the earth, yo. You see me? And if you do some research, on some of these things, psychological operations, mass formation psychosis, social conditioning, you see me? Just do some research on these things, right? The Tavistock Institute, I believe it's the Tavistock Institute that's developing, that was actually made for basically mind research. You see me? MK Ultra as well. So you can do some research into all of these things. You see me? Right. So so again, hopefully this lesson was edifying. Hopefully it was spiritually uplifting. Again, I want to say Kalala Lemla, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Kakudash, the blood of the apostles of Great Stone. Shalom to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and truth, until the next lesson. Shalom.